The 97th Annual Academy Awards are just a few weeks away, and while some big names and big budget movies often dominate the headlines, there are often a few hidden gems that capture the hearts of Oscars voters. And here to discuss some of the most intriguing underdog films vying for this year's awards is local filmmaker Kendra Ann Sherrill. Thank you for being here, and you look stunning.
Thank you. I mean, it's the Oscars.
I know.
Dress your best.
Gosh, real missed opportunity for me. I want to get right into the movies, starting with Flow. Tell me about this.
So Flow is nominated for 2 categories, Best Animated Feature and Best International Feature, because it's actually from the country Latvia. And it's about this cat who sort of goes on a journey to find his new home and a new pack when his old home is destroyed by a flood. So it's a very environmental message. There's no dialogue. It's purely meows.
Interesting.
But somehow you keep your attention the entire time. And what's really special and underdog about this film is that it actually was made by a small group of young animators in a software that is free to use for anyone. It's not like a big studio program. So the fact it's made it this far with these Oscar nominations is like really inspiring.
That is so inspiring. Okay, next up, Anora.
Yes, so this is actually doing really well right now in award season, but it's a comedy, more a comedy, and historically speaking, Best Picture tends to go to the more dramatic counterparts.
Yeah, a little more emotional.
Yeah, so I'm considering it an underdog, but essentially the story is this girl from Brooklyn sort of has a Cinderella story where she marries this man from a rich family, but when they find out, they demand to be annulled, and so they send their goons out to track down the couple and make it happen. And it's just such a fun, there's these big burly men who are bumbling around the city just trying to find these people, and it's just such a good time. It shows the gritty underbelly of the city, but these comedic moments. Overall, if it does win, I think it will be like a Cinderella story itself.
Ooh, okay, gotta add that to my must-watch list. Nickel Boys is next.
Yes, Nickel Boys. So this is a really immersive film based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel of the same name. It's about 2 black boys who were sent to this reform school in Florida in 1960s. So what's really, really unique about this film is it is shot completely from the POV of just these 2 characters, which is not a cinematography technique that's often used, and when it is, it doesn't really work. But here, it's not a gimmick. It feels very powerful because you're literally in the shoes of these characters and everything they had to endure. So it is nominated for Best Picture, but I definitely think it's an underdog, so if you do have a chance to watch it, I highly recommend.
Okay, and then Sing Sing. What's this one about?
I adore Sing Sing. So it's about a true story about this group of incarcerated men at the Sing Sing maximum security prison.
Yes.
But they participate in this theater program where they get to write, direct, and act in their own theater productions. And it's just so inspiring. It gives them a place to be vulnerable, discover the artists in themselves. And it does, acknowledge the hard situations these men are a part of, but it really is beautiful. You get to watch them flourish together. And what's so special about this film is that the actual actors are playing themselves. So these are all the former incarcerated men who were in this theater program. They are so talented, and the film's really going to make a mark on you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, that sounds absolutely amazing.
Yes.
And then next one we want to talk about, and the last one, Challengers. And you also kind of feel like this is a snub. Well, it's a snub.
It is a snub.
Yes.
So, this was one of my favorite films, if not my favorite film to come out of last year.
I totally agree.
It's a great time. So it's a very fun, chaotic, sexy tennis movie that follows this love triangle between these professional tennis players, right? And the soundtrack, it shakes your soul. The chemistry between the leads is palpable. And the cinematography, the way they shoot these tennis scenes are just really innovative. And it did not get one Oscar nomination this year. And in my opinion, that is quite the tragedy. So I'm a little upset about it.
I am too, because I was hearing from a lot of people, no, Challenger is kind of weird. Like, I don't know, a lot of people are talking about that. And so finally, I wanted to make my own, opinion on
Yes.
it. I watched it. I too loved it. The track, like you said, the cinematography, that was so interesting. And I was pretty shocked. That was a snub for me too, not to be nominated in Best Score, at least,
Even
right?
that, because it did for the Golden Globes, and they're like, nah, not for Oscars. So I don't know. If you haven't seen it yet, highly recommend. It's such a
I know
fun
Zendaya,
time.
she did amazing in
Yes.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
if you had to pick a favorite of these films, do you have one that you can narrow down?
I mean, they're all so different. Obviously, I'm a Challengers fan, but I think of the other ones, I really adored Sing Sing. Like, I was a theater kid, and so it definitely spoke to my soul. And just the fact, again, these actors are the real people playing themselves. Absolutely amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. Thank you for being here as always.